Hey, what's going on there, gamers? This is Squirrely. Thank you so much for joining me as always. In this video, I'm going to cover my top 5 tips or trends that I expect to see happening in Team Fortress 2 for the year 2021. However, before I give you guys these secrets to becoming super duper uber rich TF2 traders, all I ask you guys is to consider subscribing if you have not already. A lot of you guys are regulars, you stop by, you watch my videos, but you're not actually subscribed. So it means the world to me. It takes 2 seconds, or if you don't want to subscribe, at least liking the video if you get anything from this helps out a lot too. So thank you so much. Let's get into it. This top 5 list is not in any particular order, but I made it for 2 primary reasons. The first one being that a lot of people are asking me what my advice is for trading in 2021. Like, people just seemed worried. There's a lot of uncertainty. They're not sure what to do. They're a little bit scared to make moves where they normally aren't. So people are freaking out, like, should I be cashing out? Should I turn all this into metal? Should I switch games? Should I sell this from the Steam community market? Like, what's my next move? What's my next play? Especially, with the bot situation and no updates coming out probably for a while, marketplace.tf going down. A lot of people are just kind of worried in general about what to do when it comes to trading. So that's one big part of it. The second part is for myself. To be honest, it helps me so much to once in a while, maybe once a month or definitely once a year, just stop, jot down your ideas, write a couple goals down, and just pick some kind of plan, right? It doesn't have to be perfect. It's probably going to change, but having some plan is always better than having no plan. As the saying goes, failure to plan is planning to fail. And it's usually true, because if you don't know where you're going or what you want to do, how do you measure success? How do you measure progress? You have no idea. And if something changes, which something will change, you're not ready for it. So now you're reacting to everything and you're going to be slower. You're going to be caught off guard. So these tips I'm going to give you guys is going to hopefully help you plan a little bit, think about your own personal goals, what you want to do with TF2, whether it's with cash trading, in-game items, building your backpack, cashing out, whatever it is. Hopefully these tips will help you guys out. Just plan a little bit for the future. That way you're way ahead of the game and you're more of being proactive than reactive. So my first tip on here, number 1, is involving miscellaneous hats, particularly unusuals, and how to be careful with them, because I think for the first time, we're starting to slowly see a little bit of a peak, a little bit of a cap when it comes to prices. Now, I still think overall, the price of miscellaneous hats are going to keep going up higher, especially on the really old school effects, retired effects like Halloween effects, other god tier effects, rare effects, just in general, all class ones especially. The lower tier ones, the middle tier, probably won't be affected too much. They're going to continue to go up. I mean, it feels like yesterday I was buying like Blizzardy Storm, Stormy Storm racks and pencil pushers for like way cheaper, like a third of the price than they're going for now. So those have already gone up. But when it comes to the really, really high tier ones, I think we're finally starting to reach a peak, or we're getting close to a peak, because they got so expensive. It's like they want 2 golden pans for like a miscellaneous hat. It's like, who are your buyers? Who's going to want that? You're selling like from one collector to another collector. So I would avoid that market if I can. Do not get involved with them. If you're going to trade the low tier ones, mid tier, whatever, they're fine. It's easy peer, easy profit if you can get a good deal and flip it. But they're asking for so much now that even if you did get one, you're probably going to take forever to sell. Like, you're probably going to be stuck with it for years unless you quick sell your own hat that you just got to, just break even or maybe even lose profit. And it's like, what was the point of that, right? So the miscellaneous items at the high tier level are going to get harder and harder and harder to sell. Unless you already have a buyer lined up for it, I would avoid them because the prices are just getting out of control. Number 2 on my top 5 list is something that I always promote year round, but definitely it's more important, I think, when there's a new year coming up, because people are making moves with their lives. There's people going back to school or work, or they're switching games. They want to play CSGO or some other game, or they're cashing out in general. They just want to quit TF2 and focus on real life stuff. So being in a position where you have cash, like actual money ready, or you have pure, can be an awesome, awesome position, because people will just quick sell their entire backpacks. So be on the lookout for people who spent, a couple months or even a couple years building their backpacks. They've done all this hard work and they're willing to sell it for literally 30, 40, 50, 60% off. It's happened multiple times. And if you're a trusted person or you have keys ready, you can make their life easy and get it all over with like in one big shot. That is great. So have plenty of backpack slots ready, max out your backpack items so that way you can get as many items as possible, and then just look for big deals. I mean, there's going to be some popping up if they have not already. Like I said, when the year changes, people have other goals that might not be TF2. Of course, I wish everyone could stay and play forever, but that's not the case. Some people just leave their accounts with all this nice stuff in it, and you could have bought it if you were ready, or you could help them cash out. So save up some cash or save up some keys and be on the lookout for people quick selling specific items or maybe even their entire backpack. Moving on to number 3 on my list, I think it's going to be a very valuable skill for you guys to think about moving from more of a generalist trader, someone who just knows a little bit about everything, and someone who just looks at, buy orders and sell orders, and they try to buy something for one price and sell it for like a little bit more, but you just kind of have your money and your, keys, your trades just spread out all over the place. I think what would be really valuable is to become more of a specialist, like really, really, really understand one particular part of the market or one particular item. For me back in the day, it was spelled items, and then it was also exquisite racks, unusual racks, and I knew that market so well. I knew all the good deals, all the owners, what the offers were for other things that weren't even listed for sale. I knew what offers they had. I knew when something would be a good deal, a bad deal, who else was looking for them. So you had such a good understanding of like the entire market in the specific area that not only is the profit margins, much, much bigger than just normal trading, but also it's kind of cool to be known as the guy, like the exquisite rack guy or the spell guy, whatever. And people actually look forward to you, and you can help other people because everyone just gives the same advice, buy low and sell high. But if you know a certain market or corner of the market super well, it'll not only help you, but then also you can help other people as well. So think about specializing in something. It could be whatever, war paint, certain unusuals, certain hats for certain classes, anything you can think of really, glitched items, craft numbers. Find something that you know super, super well. Find the good deals and, build yourself as kind of a reputation of the specialist, but also you can get bigger profits out of that too. Not to mention, it also makes trading a little bit more fun and exciting, and it's definitely cool to be kind of an authority figure on certain items in the game. So be known as a specialist, know something really, really well, and, benefit from that, and also help others when you can. Number 4 on my list is something very important, but for some reason, a lot of people just don't think about it. They don't even plan for it. They don't think it's ever going to happen or be a big deal, but it's kind of like insurance. You don't think you need it until you really need it, and then by then, it is too late. So this is all about having a way out. And for you, that could be different things. It could be just selling your items on the Steam community market. That way you can move to a new game. Or it could be turning your items into keys and you're going to unbox it or trade for other items. Or it could be like you want to actually get cash, get money for your items and quit completely. Like just be done with it. Maybe you have a couple $100s or a couple $1,000s that you've built up to in your backpack. How are you going to cash out if, say, your friend that always buys them for you no longer buys anything, or your PayPal account gets messed up, or marketplace.tf goes down, which we saw that happen? Like having a way out is so important. It's kind of like going to a party or an event that you're not sure if you're going to enjoy it. So you bring your own car. If you don't like it, then you can just jump. You can leave, right? You can get out. So that's an example in a social situation. But if you got a good chunk of money in your backpack, in your inventory, you have to have a way out. You don't want to be stuck with a backpack with things you can't sell, because now your backpack worth $1,000 is technically worth zero because you can't sell it. You can't get rid of it. So start to build a reputation, make friends, connect with people in the community that maybe buy and sell different things. Have a backup, maybe have a couple different websites that you trust, or maybe you're going to move to trade all your items to Steam Community Market and then buy CSGO stuff and then trade other people with CSGO for real money. Like there's different ways you can cash out, but have a plan, have an exit strategy, have at least one of them, 2 or 3 of them if you're smart. That way, if worst case scenario, you're like, I need to just quick sell all my stuff and buy this new thing for my computer, or I got to pay for classes or pay for my rent, whatever it is, have a way to quickly get your money, liquidate everything, and move on. So always have a plan and a way out if needed, worst case scenario, to get quick cash for everything you got. And finally, number 5 on the list, this is something I promote all the time. I've talked about this multiple times in other videos, but I think it's going to be important because Steam Community Market is something you should always keep an eye on, but I think it's going to be even more important in 2021 for a couple of different reasons. Number 1, marketplace.tf closing down, more items coming onto, the scene and the trading circulation. Other people, like I said, it's a new year. People are going to be switching games, cashing out their backpacks. Maybe that's their exit strategy, cash everything out, get some money on the Steam market, and then trade it to a different game. So there's going to be just more items, more deals. There's more people playing. There's more people unboxing. Like the volume on there, I can just expect, and I've already seen it, it's just a lot more than normal. There's usually, I'm watching Steam Community Market. I have my list of favorites that I go through like pretty much every day, a couple times a day, and there's just nothing there typically. Once in a while, I'll see something and I'll grab it, maybe once a week, twice a week maybe, but now it's like almost every other day I'm like, hey, that's not a bad deal. I usually wait till it's like a really good deal, like it's guaranteed profit, 2, 3, 4, 5 times your money, but there's already some deals on there. I'm like, hey, I could make a little bit of profit on there. I'm not going to buy it per se, but there's more deals than I usually see on the Steam Community Market for all the reasons I just listed. So if you've never done it before, I'll link you guys down below to some of my videos on how to build, literally hundreds of dollars and then thousands of dollars on there, and you're constantly buying and relisting things or trading them normally, but it's a huge market, 24/7, buyers and sellers from around the world. So it's just a big open door for you guys to get involved if you've never done it. So if you don't have any experience on it, I think it'd be good to get some experience on the Steam Community Market and just practice a different way of trading, because it could be really big profit. Alright gamers, well that is going to wrap it up for me on this video, my top 5 tips for trading in 2021. These are things that I think everyone could do, doesn't matter what stage you're at, you can always kind of reassess your position. Even for me, there's a couple things on here I need to think about doing a little bit more. But let me know down in the comments, is there anything you guys would like to add? Do you have any personal tips for trading on this new year? Because we have no idea what to expect for 2021. We don't know about updates, we don't know about anything. It could be a pretty long dry spell, so to avoid that, trading getting stale and boring and slowing down, I think it's good to think about these tips and then think about what you need to do with yourself. So that way you keep it interesting or build your backpack or build your profit. Whatever you want to do, it's up to you. But hopefully you found this video interesting and informative. And as always, have a good one. Keep a lookout for me and Casual or Uncle Topia. And don't forget down to subscribe and join me in the Steam group. I'll link you guys to the Squirrely Squad Treehouse Club. So take care. See you in the next video. Peace.
Begins in 60 seconds.
Hey, what up, Squirrely? Your videos are baller.
Yeah.
Yo, Squirrely, I don't know who you are, but my friend says you're Pog.